Welcome to A Better Choice Homestead, where on my channel I focus on food, growing it, preparing it, and preserving it. And part of that is purchasing high quality organic ingredients from Azure Standard. So today is going to be an Azure haul. It's not a big one. We have not had to do a big one for quite a while because I am pretty well stocked up. However, I do like to order from Azure every single month to take advantage of sales and just to replenish some of the things I'm getting low on. That's mostly what this is going to be about today. I'm just going to walk you through it. We'll do a price comparison. So I did get my organic Montgomery tart cherries this month. I got two 5-pound boxes, so 10 pounds in all. I was planning on canning the last batch that I got, but I didn't get around to that. So I think that's what I'm going to do with these. I should not need all 10 pounds for that, probably closer to 7 or 8 pounds. I'll just freeze dry the rest, but I'm super happy to have these, and I'll be really happy to have some cherry pie filling on my shelf to use in cherry pie egg rolls and also some hand pie. We just don't eat that much desserts all at once, so that's what we'll be doing with those. And for the tart cherries, again, these were 10 pounds. I paid $50.02 for both of these boxes. They were $25.01 for 5 pounds. I cannot get frozen tart cherries here locally, so I looked online. I was able to find them at Northwest Wild Foods, and I could get 9 pounds of them for $99. Or I was also able to find them at Breck Rock Orchard, but not organic. 10 pounds was $55 plus shipping. So I'm happy with my $50.02 price tag for 10 pounds of organic. And so I saved $40. I'm going off of that $99 price at Northwest Wild Foods. Again, that was for 9 pounds. Next, I got more cheese. We didn't order that in December, so we just ran out and it was time to replenish. This is 12 8-ounce blocks of the kind we usually order, which is the Rumiano organic sharp cheddar cheese. So just a full box of those. These I find really convenient because they're not going to go bad as long as they stay wrapped. We go through them pretty quick. You don't have to deal with a big block, cutting it down and storing it in some way where it's not going to get moldy. So we like this size. And this is 12 of the ounce blocks, and I paid $65.36. I can find organic raw cheddar cheese at Wegmans. It's $8.99 per block for 8 ounces. So to get 12 of those, it would have been $107.88. So I saved $42.52 at Azure. Next, we have the unmarked box. So it doesn't really have anything related to what's in the box on the box. And that kind of threw me when I first picked up from Azure on my first order, because they reuse boxes, they reshape boxes. They really like to get things down into the smallest footprint that they can for you, and also just to save space on the truck, which helps it be a little more green. So in here is going to be all of the things I ordered that did not need to be refrigerated or frozen, just packed tightly together. So this box was clearly reshaped. I don't even know how they do that. They are master packers that way. I got more of my onions. I cannot say enough good things about the organic yellow onions at Azure Standard. They're a really nice size onion. They're just lovely. They taste really good. I love them. I've got 2 more left in my bowl on my counter, so this is coming at just the right time. I paid $17.95 for that 10-pound bag. I can get organic yellow onions here locally at my Wegmans grocery store. They're $1.66 a pound, so I would be paying $16.63 for 10 pounds of them. So I overspent by buying them from Azure by $1.32. However, the organic ones that I can get locally, they're pretty small. They're more baseball size rather than softball size. So I'm okay paying the extra $1.32, plus I didn't have to drive there to get it. But I did count it as an overage, and we'll include that in my tally. The other thing I have in here are some raw organic almonds. There's some things that I want to make for just some snacks or some breakfast foods with some of the ingredients that I got and some ingredients that I have. So I got some almonds, and that's 1 pound, and I paid $12.54 for it. If I would have bought raw organic almonds locally at Wegmans, I would have paid 64 cents an ounce or $10.24 for a 1 pound bag. Although I couldn't buy it that way because they only sell it kind of in the family size bulk, but that's okay. I just did it by the ounce to do the math. So I spent $2.30 more buying them at Azure than I would have spent if I would have bought the equivalent ounce at Wegmans. So that's counted as an overage this month. And then I bought the dried cranberries infused with apple juice. These are also organic. This is 1 pound. Again, this is going to be for that thing that I'm going to try making to see if we like it. And I'll probably end up doing that on a Sunday video. So we're going to give those a try. And that 1 pound bag was $10.05. I can get dried cranberries here locally, but they're not infused with the apple juice. They're sweetened with cane sugar. They are 58 cents an ounce. And so if I would have bought the 1 pound bag, it would have cost $9.28 versus the $10.05 that I spent. So my overage on that item was 77 cents. Then I also got Wilderness Poets roasted almond butter, which this is USDA stamped organic. And I can also get USDA stamped organic almond butter at Wegmans. This one was $16.51. My Wegmans brand is $9.99. So my overage on that was $6.52. I don't usually do almond butter. That's another thing I'm going to be combining into this thing I'm making. I don't really have anything to compare it to, but when I was shopping at Azure last month, putting it into my cart, I just saw it, I threw it in there. I'm okay, the overage was $6.52, but we'll see. We'll see how I like it. And if I do like almond butter, which, you know, we don't typically buy, but I can always buy the Wegmans brand to compare it. So $6.52 overage on that. And again, I'm okay with that because of the savings that we got everywhere else. So that's the end of this box. Next, I got some organic Khorasan wheat berries, also known as Kamut. I mentioned in a video where I talked about wanting to, or taking the leap to process my own grains when making wheat products. And book I got really talked very highly about this one, so I went ahead and grabbed it. I'm not familiar with it. I have not used it before. On Azure's website, it says it's a non-hybridized hard spring wheat, an ancient relative to the more modern durum or semolina wheat berry. It does contain a large amount of protein, so much higher than typical wheat. It has a rich buttery flavor, a chewy texture. It's also higher in magnesium, zinc, and vitamin E. It does contain gluten, but many people with gluten sensitivity are able to eat it without a reaction. So it sounds really good. I'm excited to have it. Because I don't have it, I also don't have a place for it in my pantry. So I also went ahead and picked up another 5-gallon food grade bucket. So this wheat, the Kamut, it's 25 pounds and I paid $37.85 for this bag. I've not purchased this before, so I really don't have anything to compare it to. I've not gone shopping for it before, but I did go online today and look up where else I could purchase it. So first of all, I could get it on Amazon. It is available on Amazon in Bob's Red Mill. That is 4 pounds for $14.54. I'd have to buy 6.25 of those to equal the 25 pounds. So if I bought it on Amazon, the equivalent amount would have cost me $90.88 versus the $37.85 I spent at Azure. I also found it at PleasantHillGrain.com. I could buy a 43-pound bag, so almost double what I bought here. And I'd have to pay for shipping. I don't know what the shipping would be, but if I were to divide the 43 pounds that I could get at Pleasant Hill Grain into the equivalent of what I could get here, this would have been $100 at Pleasant Hill Grain. It was $172.37 for the 43-pound bag plus shipping. So that's a tremendous savings. I'm calculating $53.03 on my savings from buying this from Azure. Totally happy with that. And I'm really excited to give this a try. It also says that it is really good either cold or hot, and that you can toss it into salads. You can cook it with rice, with beans, with other grains as well. So I am really looking forward to trying that. And lastly, this month, I got more of the yams that I have been speaking so highly about. They are incredible. The flavor is phenomenal. Of course, the health benefits are hard to beat. They are absolutely beautiful. Looks like they gave me the whole lot of stickers for in here. I don't know if that means this is how many of the yams I got. That's interesting. I've not seen them do that before. These are all readings certified organic. They're a nice size. They're this one. They're gorgeous. They're absolutely beautiful. I was so impressed when I cooked with and we ate, and then I processed and preserved the last bunch I got. This is 40 pounds. I'm thrilled to have this. I'm so happy I was able to get it while the vegetable still looks really good. I don't see anything that looks past its prime in here. Everything looks great. We've got all different sizes. So kind of a big one here. A thicker one here. I have so many plans for these. I am definitely going to be freeze drying some more in diced form, probably do some in mashed form. We'll do some sweet potato fries. There's so much we can do with these yams. They are amazing. And for these 40 pounds, are you ready for this? I paid $80.75. That's a lot of money, but this is an incredible amount of nutrition, and it will yield a lot of product for the pantry shelf as well, which I'm thrilled about. When I looked online, it was really hard for me to find yams. You can find sweet potatoes, not so much yams, and when you do, they're not organic. So I had to do a little bit of digging, but I did find them available on Amazon. I don't know if I would buy organic produce on Amazon. I don't know. There was a 10-day minimum shipping window. So if I bought them today, they would not ship for at least 10 days. I don't know if I would buy them on Amazon or not, but I could get 3 pounds of these on Amazon for $16.91. And so that comes out to $5.64 a pound. So if we multiply the $5.64 by the 40 pounds I did get, this box, or the equivalent of this much, would have cost me $225.44. And again, I paid $80.75. So I saved $144.72. That's amazing. And these are incredible. They are so delicious. They're sweet, but not too sweet. The flesh is really good. They hold up really well during the roasting, cooking process. I cannot recommend these more highly. They are amazing. And the health benefits, the nutritional content in here is just over the top, out of this world. You should try adding some yams to your diet. All right, so let's take a look at the savings versus the overage and see if it was worth it this month. My total at Azure for my January drop was $298.35. Add to that $25.36 in shipping. So I paid Azure this month $323.71. Now I'm gonna back out a little bit of that just because you get a credit when you buy certain items at Azure. In fact, on this order, I got a $5.98 credit that I can apply to my next order. There's a little bit of a savings in there, but we'll not include that in our tallies. So on the things that I saved, on the tart cherries, on the wheat berries, oh, I forgot the bucket. So the bucket at Azure was $7.32, and I can get that locally at like Home Depot, food grade bucket for $5.98. So my overage there was $1.34. So for savings, it was the tart cherries, the Kamut wheat berries, the organic yams, the sharp cheddar. So that's what I saved on. And the things I went over on was the 5-gallon bucket, the organic yellow onions, the almond butter, the cranberries, although it wouldn't be the same. I can only get the ones with the cane sugar, not infused with apple juice, but that's okay. And also the almonds. So those are the things that I spent over on versus buying them locally. So my total savings for everything, how much I saved versus buying everything local, was $280.27. Wow. And what I paid more on combined was $12.25. So my actual savings was for this month $268.02. Now, I'm going to take the shipping off of that because I did have to pay for shipping. So $268.02 minus the $25.36 that I had to pay for shipping at Azure. My actual end of day total savings was $242.66, plus a little bit more because of the Azure cash you get when you make an order that you can apply to your next month's order. So almost $250 saved. That's incredible. Who doesn't want to save $250 on their grocery bill? I do. Now, if you are new to Azure or if you're interested in any of the products that I showed here today, I'll go ahead and I'll put a link to them in my description. Signing up for Azure is really easy. It doesn't cost any money. You don't have to join per se. You just have to create an account, and then you are going to navigate to the bottom of the home screen where you're going to find a drop. A drop is where you will pick your order up once a month. So you find a drop that's near to you or one that you want to join, and then that drop has a cutoff day for ordering every month. It's usually on a 4-week cycle, and so you can put items in your cart up until the day and time where they have the cutoff for that drop. So mine is typically on a Monday at 7 p.m. once a month, so I have a month to put things into that order, and then I have to check out by the cutoff time. You can check out early. I could check out right now for February and still add things to my cart. The benefit of doing that is if something's on sale, but it might not be on sale at the end of the month, if I choose checkout now, I still get that sale price. And then once your order closes, once the cutoff comes and goes, if you put anything more in your cart, it's going to go into a future drop. But once your order closes, the next day, then Azure Standard will start pulling your items and getting them loaded onto the truck that's going to be driving to that drop. Once the truck is loaded, then they charge you, and that way, if they're out of stock on an item, they're not going to be charging you for it. Once the truck is loaded, because I live all the way on the East Coast and this all ships from the West Coast, so it takes a little over a week for it to get to me, then we all meet, everybody who's a part of that drop, we meet at the drop location, which in my case is a church, and everybody helps unload the truck, and our drop coordinator, she's really coordinated, she's really good. She puts our names on the back of a canning lid, lines them up in alphabetical order by first name along the side of the truck, and everybody just puts the packages in front of those canning lids. I'll put a picture of what that looked like this time in this clip for you, just to see in case you haven't done this before. Once all the items are loaded off the truck, then you just count your boxes or your containers, and you'll match that against your order. Make sure that you have everything, and then you can load your stuff up, and then you can go. If there's any problem with your order, if you didn't get something or you got something but it wasn't in the shape that you expected it to be in, then you just reach out to Azure. They have really good customer service and they will work it out with you. Azure is an amazing place to source all types of different household goods and food. A lot of it is organic, a lot of it you can buy in bulk, which obviously boosts your savings, but they also sell things in smaller quantities, and they also sell things that are not organic. They have a massive inventory of things that you can choose from. You'll also get a flyer with your order every month. So this is the February 2025 flyer because that's the next order I can do. And in here, they will just have a lot of the sale items. So prices on things that are on sale. They'll have featured products. They sometimes have recipes. So, this week they're talking about beets. You know, I love talking about beets, and that is a good representation of what their beets look like. They're massive, they're amazing. So you can flip through this. I don't always. I prefer looking on the website, but they just have some nice articles in here. It's just nice to be able to look through something, especially to try to find items on sale, although their website also has a sale link where you can go and check out everything that's on sale. That is my Azure order for the month. Not a huge haul, don't need a whole lot right now, but I am utterly pleased with what I brought home with me today, and especially that 243, rounded up, $243 savings. Thank you so much for joining me for another Azure haul. I love sharing Azure with you, especially the price comparison on what I pay more and what I pay less for. So far, not had anything that didn't work out in my favor, and usually really heavily in my favor, like this month. If you'd like to see any of my other Azure haul videos, I do have a playlist for that. And otherwise, thanks again for joining me. I hope you come back and visit again soon.